meeting, our boot camp, I should say. I thought Gillette informational, but no, boot camp sounds more official. So we are going to start our boot camp this morning. Uh, Kayla is passing around with some tickets. You want to get one of those tickets because we are going to be uh, giving away a full set of our pin sets, including the silver one, including the silver one. So the silver one has been the one of the contention. People is calling us left and right for this silver one. But this set that we'll give out is gonna have the silver one in there. So you don't want to go without Kayla having your you give you know what I mean. And everybody gets one. So even the kids that are here, every breathing being gets one, except for my coordinators. They are here to support you and to strengthen you. All right, good. Let's have a word of prayer, and we shall begin. Father, thank you so much for the blessing that you are in our lives, the way that you have brought us here right now to this moment. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for the leadership here in this place. Thank you for those that are joining us via online. Thank you so much, God, for giving us the privilege to work for you in this most amazing ministry. We don't deserve anything from you yet, God. You have given us everything. So, Lord, thank you. At this moment, as we open up and we discuss all things Gillette, we pray, God Almighty, that your Holy Spirit will remain within us, that you would give us all guidance, and that you would give us all truth. We pray, God, that you would help us to have an amazing time in Gillette, and as we plan and as we execute as well. Thank you so much, God, for your amazing grace and abounding love. We pray and we dedicate this meeting to you right now. In the name of Jesus, amen. Amen. Okay, so I am. We have the presentation here because I was looking for it in the screen in the back. So we have done a nice presentation here so that you can follow along. The way that we're going to handle the questions, we are going to try to go through a section, finish that section, and then at the end of that section, then you would ask questions. So we're going to have several sessions throughout. If you have the agenda wasn't it's a QR code that we're going to show you, and then you're going to see the sections there. So if you have specific questions about that section, make sure you mark it there so that you don't. Oh, okay. There you go. The agenda. Technology is cool when it works. So if you point your phone at that and then click the little pop-up that shows up, you would have the agenda for this blessed morning and this meeting that we will have. I'll give you some time for that. Okay. Seems that most of us have somewhat got it. If not, I'm sure that somebody, if you raise your hand, one of our coordinators will help you out to get that agenda. Okay, so tickets and tickets transfers. All right. So as you know, the tickets for Gillette are sold out. If you haven't heard, they are sold out. Now, here in the Texas conference, we are bringing Abigail exactly. It's 4,000. I always say it's 4,700 because I round it, but 609. You know, us leaders like to. Yeah, 4,609. I say 4,700. It sounds, you know what I mean? It sounds more Texas. All right. So yeah, so that's where I'm getting at. So we have 4,609 is the exact number of purchased tickets within the Texas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. That is us here in Texas. With that, we have a list, a waiting list of people that have been asking for tickets and have been calling with Iris, and they have gotten on that list. And the list right now is at 1,100 approximately. All right. That is the wait list that's happening. So that means that if everybody would have gotten their tickets, we would have approximately upwards north of close to 6,000 people going. So this is what's happening. This is what's happening. We are concerned. We are concerned. Of course, we are concerned and saddened by those that weren't able to get their tickets, but our concern goes with those that are getting the tickets in what we so-called the Adventist black market. All right. This is the thing. There is already, and we know because they have called us, they have told us, very few of them, but we know it's happening because it always does. But there are many that are hustling tickets from other conferences, which is okay, except that in this particular camporee, we have a problem. That problem is a space constraint. Very much so. Very much so. So it's fine. You can get your tickets from, it doesn't matter. As long as it's a valid ticket and you are not being unethical with it, you can get your ticket. The problem is that when you don't let us know and you don't talk to us and we don't have a way of somewhat planning what your number is, we're going to count the actual number of tickets that you purchase within Texas. And what's going to happen is that you will be allocated space based on the tickets purchased under the Texas Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. What's happening is that we have clubs that purchased 40 under Texas, and then they're purchasing 30 under North Dakota, Mid-America. Right. And what's happening is that when those, how many are those? 40 plus 30? How many are those? Huh? When those 70 show up, we are going to have space for how many? You get that. Now you guys are getting the drift. You guys are smart directors and leaders. I like that. This is the problem. And so what we are asking, what we are pleading with you is that you let us know so that we somehow can make some sort of arrangement, and that when we get there, you don't show up with 70 and I only got space for 40, and then you're going to get all mad. And you're going to start yelling and screaming, and how dare the Seventh-day Adventist Church do this? This has nothing to do with the Seventh-day Adventist Church. This is everything to do with a lack of communication. And so what we are asking is, let us know any outside ticket that you get. Please let us know so that way we can arrange. And if in given case, we can give you some extra space for that, which at this point is not likely, but if we possibly can, then we will be allocated to you. And then you could be told beforehand the problem that's going to be, so that you go prepared for it, so that you don't just show up over there. Because those 30 tickets from Mid-America that you purchased and you didn't let us know, your camping space for those 30 Pathfinders, it's in Mid-America Union. You comprehend the issue? So then we either going to have to split your club, or you guys are going to have to camp on top of each other. One of the two. It's just that. And I want to be overly clear with that so that you know why it is that we're stressing this. At this point, we had asked all the clubs in the Texas Conference to let us know if they have any free tickets. Nobody has let us know, but we know that there are clubs that are already trading tickets within each other. Okay, so that as well, let us know, because if the Kerrville Coyotes, right, have 20 tickets that they're not going to use, and then Austin Spanish First, which are the Centinelas, they purchase those 20 tickets. Guess what? We're gonna be giving Kerrville the space for those 20 tickets, and Centinelas are not going to have the space for those 20 tickets. So you're going to deal with a split Again, so you have to let us know. We're asking you, please let us know any tickets that you purchase, even if it's within the conference. If it's within the conference, beautiful. Perfect. That's what we want. But still let us know so that way we can allocate that space when we draw the campings. Yes. The jot form should be sufficient enough. Okay, so thank you so much for that question. Now, it's important that you fill everything accurately there in that jot form. I know that there's a lot of information that jot form is asking for, but we are not trying to micromanage you or control you or tell you how to do things. We're trying to have an organized camporee with 4,700 people. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, so and now when we look at the tickets and the transfers, is there anything else that I'm missing concerning the tickets and transfers?
I have a question. If you send us the jot form and your tickets change after the jot form, you can email me and Edie's. Okay, the Texas Pathfinders at Gmail and escobar@txsda.org. Don't resubmit the jot form. No, right? It is, we prefer not to, because don't resubmit the jot form. If it changes, we are going to accept changes up until July 1st, no more. If you have changes after July 1st, you're going to have to figure out how to fit everybody in the space. We will give you up until then. Okay.
And the reason for that, before we go up in arms, the reason for that is because we need to draw our proportions for our camps. And trust you all, me, we're not going to get there a week before and draw out camp, right, Chuck? That's not what we're going to do, right? Okay, so it's important that you stick to that. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with my beautiful, wonderful, amazing Texas Conference Pathfinder and Club Ministries leadership. We are not good with deadlines. On this one, we're going to stick to it. So please, don't make us put down the mark and then you would come screaming, yelling, complaining, fighting, mad, angry, sour, because we're telling you right now, we are going to stick to this one. This one deadline is the one that we're not going to move. So please and thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, and then we'll go. If you can wait for the microphone before you ask the question. Thank you.
Okay, just to clarify, right? The church who's relinquishing tickets, we don't have to do anything, correct?
No.
All right.
Yeah. The responsibility, the onus is on the purchasing church to let us know. Okay.
Is the jot form enough to let the conference know that we need help looking for tickets?
Is the conference enough too?
Is the jot form that we filled in enough to let the conference know that we need tickets?
No, if you need tickets and you want to get on that list, you gotta connect directly with Iris.
Okay.
Small. Okay. Okay, good. And I'm gonna let you develop that on camping. But that's a good point. Chuck has a good point that you guys wanna listen to. All right, and his area is gonna be camping. Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay, so I just needed to say that the jot form is beautiful, but the dates, the calendar doesn't work, right? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been fixed. I am told by the wonderful team of smart ladies.
Sorry.
It's been fixed. All right. There's another question. I'll entertain that.
Where exactly is this jot form?
Where exactly is this jot form? Your area coordinators should have gotten that jot form for you. So it's what area are you with?
Keene Fort Worth.
Keene Fort Worth. All right. We'll make sure that Mr. Michael and his team have that and makes it available to all his directors. Thank you.
On the jot form, it asked if you were going to be a host, and we don't have the answer yet. We had put down that we would for 6 people, And so I just left that blank.
Okay. Okay. We're going to talk about that today a little bit. All right. We're going to talk about that a little bit. If you just put the pause on that one, because Abigail is going to address what we're going to do. Okay. Good.
I do have
Now,
a question.
day passes. Day passes are pretty straightforward right now. There's no day passes. It's simple. They are $85 a pop. So, and they're pretty much, you can't get them now. So it doesn't really matter for us to pass any information. Day passes, if you purchase them in the Black Adventist market, that is perfect. You don't need to let us know, because we're not concerned with day passes, because those you do you, basically. All right. So try to find them out there. It's gold. Okay. Now, let's talk about the big, before we move to this section, anything else on ticketing, day passes, or anything like that? Question here.
So on a jot form, I put in how many are going for us. But if we end up not getting the tickets, do we need to do anything else?
That is a great question, which I will let the smarter people in the office answer.
If so, right now, if you, I've seen some answers on the jot forms that says how many people are going to Gillette, and some people said 25. And then the question, how many tickets did you purchase under your church? And it says 11. And then the next question is, how many tickets have you purchased from another church or another conference? The answer was 0. So by July 1st, you need to email us if you did receive those, 16 extra tickets. Otherwise, I'm giving you space for 11 people, which is the original report. Does that make sense? Okay.
Perfect. Let's move on now onto insurance. Insurance, at this point, we have discussed it in several of the boot camps that we have had, the online ones, but there's always a question looming insurance, because there is this special travel insurance from ARM and so on and so forth. This is the basic with insurance. Make sure that this trip is voted by your local church board. All you need is your local church to say, yes, you guys have the vote to go to Gillette. And everyone included in there will be protected by your local church insurance. All right. Now, you might be asking, what is the difference then with this special camporee insurance that ARM, Adventist Risk Management, has? The difference is a slight increase on the amount of coverage that you have. It's a slight increase. So if your local church coverage, I don't know, I don't have the exact detail, but if your local church coverage covers $5, ARM is going to cover $8. It's to that proportion of difference. So if you want to have the extra, then get ARM, right? But by a local church vote, you are covered as a member of your local Pathfinder club. Any question on insurance? Of course. That's the one that I'm talking about. Yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about from ARM. So I would tell you about this. That's the travel insurance that you guys are asking about, is the one that I just mentioned. Okay. The travel insurance is specifically for these travels that you do when you're going away from your local area. When we always want it and when we always get it is when we do mission trips. So like international travel. As a member of your local church, even if you step out of your state, you are covered by your church insurance. So for example, if we do, for example, our master guides, when our master guides go on the last hike that our master guides outdoors did was in Arkansas, right? Insurance is covering them there. They're hiking. They're out there a full weekend, you know, and I know why master guys do that stuff, man. They out there. It's cold. It was it. Beautiful. It's fantastic for those of you that love it. No, I'm joking. I'm gonna go in the next one. I'm gonna go in the next one. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I told Tony I'm gonna go. But it's they're being covered over there. So for us to tell you that your local church insurance won't cover you outside of the state is not correct. It's not correct. It's important that you know as a member, your insurance covers you as long as it's a voted activity. This is the thing. It's got to be voted. Because if it's not voted and you assume that the church knows that everybody going to Gillette and you have an accident on the way of Gillette, the first thing the ARM is going to ask, where's the minutes of the board? And then if it's not appearing there, you guys are not covered. So that's why we keep on saying you got to be voted. Yes. Yes, she's saying Pastor Ron really insisted that you get the travel insurance. All I'm going to say, you're covered by your local church insurance. And this is facts. You're local by your local church insurance as long as you're voted. The coverage is not that extensive as the travel insurance, but the difference is not that grave. Do with that information what you will. Okay? Yes.
Just asking, with the insurance, it's voted yes on the church board. What if those that are doing the traveling, like pulling the trailers, whatever, are not members of that church, but do, okay.
Yeah. Our coordinator answered that. As long as you're a member of the club, as long as you're an official member of the club, that's important. Hold up.
I would say to be safe is bring the list of the names that are participating. So they don't have to be members of the church, baptized members, as long as the name is in the minutes, they are covered.
That's Iris, by the way. She runs the whole youth department. So whenever you see her, say hi. So that is important that you understand. As long as you're a member, and the way that you know who's a member, make sure that your board has a list and then they vote yes. These people here, we vote yay. They are members and they're going to Gillette. Okay? All right. Good. Oh, with that, I'm saying, and let me, this is abundant. It's an abundance of clearance. With this, I'm not saying do not get the ARM extended travel insurance. I'm not saying this, and I'm not saying that what has been coming out of CYE encouraging you all to get it is incorrect. I am not saying that, for the record, not saying that. All I'm saying is you're covered as a local church member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, as long as it's voted by the board. All right, okay, amen. Perfect. Any questions regarding insurance? Yes, ma'am.
So we have a gentleman that's actually going to be driving the equipment up there. He's not a member, he's attending, but he's not a member of our church. Is that someone, because he's not a member, would he be covered?
Yeah, make sure he's on that list that you're going to present to your board. Make sure that he's voted in. All right. It is not a requirement to be a member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church to be part of the Pathfinder Club. All right. Here we go. Now, Texas Conference headquarters. As you know, the theme that we are bringing, it's an interesting theme. We're bringing Texas Space Adventure. That's the actual theme that we are bringing. So everything that we are doing has to do with that space adventure. You're going to have a lot of astronaut things and planets and so on and so forth. Our headquarters, there you would have the opportunity to get yourself a slew of merch that we will have, merchandise that we will have that will be representative of that. And we want you to, as much as you can, pre-order beforehand, because once we are there, our stuff usually lasts, what, 2 hours? It's just, and then gone. It just is fast. So one thing that I've been doing is giving the people of Texas as much opportunity as possible to get all the stuff that you would want to get before we get there, and then our people end up with not our stuff. So with that, I'm trying to say, I know that there's a lot of money going around, there's a lot of shuffling happening, there's a lot of things that are moving, but if at all possible, if you think that you would want some of the stuff that we will have, and you're probably asking yourself, Pastor, what is it that we have? Because we don't know. And that's where I would suggest that you would stay up on our Instagram, on the social media. Now, if you, Pastor, I don't do all of that, have your Pathfinders stay up on it. You don't have to. I'm not telling you to. Have your Pathfinders stay up on it, and then they will let you know. Right? Because that's where we publish all of the stuff that comes out first. All right. So here we're going to talk about our t-shirts, and we're going to talk about our pins. You have seen already the first pin set that we brought out, the Texas Space Adventures pin. And this is an 8-piece set. And the silver, the deal with the silver is, so if you haven't heard, the deal with the silver is that it's specifically for the TLTs. It is specifically for them. We want the TLTs to have it first. Now, there are only 100 of those per area. Never mind, 90. Thank you. I stand corrected. It is true, 90. There's only 90 of them per area. So the areas have been instructed to give to the TLTs the opportunity first, and then whatever is left, then you would have reach on it. But I highly doubt that there's going to be anything left. So you are going to have to trade or get it from a TLT. The question comes, Pastor, are we going to make more? The answer to that is no. We're not going to make more of these. This particular set is done. We're not going to bring it back. There are the 2 more sets that we are bringing that haven't even been produced yet. They're in the process of being produced. So some people get in, and I know that somebody here is thinking it. So let me give you the thought. Well, Pastor, we are 4,000, blah, 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 blah. How come we're only doing 100 per area? It's the economy of pins, right? So we're trying to make something very special for a very special group of team leaders. And that's why we did that. Now, all together, we are bringing 5 pin sets to Gillette. What I'm trying to tell you is there is opportunity for everyone to get a set of pins from Texas. It might not be the same set. It might not be all 5 of them, but there's opportunity for every one of us to get one of the sets, is what I'm trying to tell you. If you missed out on this one, there is more coming. So it is that there is volume. There's just in different sets. And again, that's pin lingo that you guys as Pathfinder leaders need to be able to get up on. Here today, we are going to be selling these. All right, Iris has them. We're going to be there's still some left. You can still get them. There's also another one that I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. I don't know if I brought one with me. I did. Okay. So there's another one that I don't know if you guys have seen it going around, but is what we have called the Texas Special Pin, right? Is this particular eagle? It opens up there. It's called the Texas Special Pin. I know that some of you in the back probably can't see it, but you're gonna be able to see it there with Iris. Out of these, Iris, how many are left at this point? Like 140. So and that's that. So and these, are they coming back? We haven't made that decision, but it's 90% no and 10% yes. So just to kind of give you. All right. And these are going to be available here today, right? And right now we're only letting people from Texas purchase it. Only people from Texas. There's people from all over the country. And other countries calling us to buy this, and we just won't sell it to them because we want you guys to have it. All right, so it's important that you understand that as well. This is the Texas special pin. All right, now I'm going to show you now our area pin set. This is our area pin set. It has not been produced yet. This is the first time that it's seeing the light of day. You guys are the first ones to be able to see it. All right. This is our area pin set. So every area is represented by a different pin, and then it has a central piece to it. Well, that's not it, but this is how you stay up to date and how you get the notifications. It's an Instagram, and that one is the TOT page, so that way you know about our TOTs. And then this one is for the drilling and the marching. And these people are really serious about drilling and marching, so you should join their Instagram. But before we talk, it's because, can you refresh that person? Can you get out of this one and refresh it? I'm like, what? Hold up. My picture of the pins should have been come out. It's because I added something. So if you go on the website and just refresh it, if you can kick this one out and get in there, we'll give them some time to do that. Let's talk about volunteers at this time, the verified volunteers. As opposed to what we normally do in the Texas Conference Camporees, where we verified every person has had a background check, this will not be the case at Gillette. We will not, as a conference, be verifying that. Remember, this is not a Texas Conference event, so we will not be verifying this. We are wanting you, directors, to make sure that everybody that you're bringing has been background checked. This is what we are wanting, and this is the responsibility that we're giving you. But being that we just had a camporee last year, you shouldn't be too much in this array. At this point, you take your volunteers that we verified last year, whoever you may have new, and you make sure, because if something goes down, you do not want to have that on your conscience. So make sure, directors, that you make sure that every one of your adults is background checked. It doesn't matter if it's Mother Teresa herself there with you to feed the Pathfinders. Background check her. Us pastors, I just did my background check last week. It don't matter who you are. You got to get background checked. And the reason why I did my background check last week, in case you're wondering, is because mine expired. So I had to redo it again. So it's important that you stay up on this. We're going to get back to checking all of the background checks next year when we have our Texas Conference Camporee. But for this one, being that it's not our event, it's not our within our purview of things. And then you're saying, well, what is CYE saying? CYE is telling us to tell you that you're responsible for it. This is coming from CYE to you all. Okay. Any questions regarding the Sterling volunteers? Okay. Perfect. Please make sure you got your people background checked, please. All right. Let's see. I don't know if we have had not yet. It's working. Okay. Perfect. I'm not gonna have access to the PowerPoint. What else is next? What other section? Transportation. Okay, perfect. So as we wait for the merchandise, we have a couple of ideas, and these are some of the things that we want to bring over to Gillette. So we didn't bring it because we don't have the concept yet. It's being worked on, so we didn't want to show you it yet. But at PBE, I was wearing my cowboy hat with the Texas Camporees pins in there at Union, at Division PBE. And there were several people that were extremely interested on a cowboy hat from Texas having pins from Texas. I don't know why. I guess people are born, everybody's born in Texas, and then they move to other places, and they have still that love for Texas because, you know, it's just Texas. So for Gillette, we have this idea. We haven't done this before. We are going to bring this TX Youth cowboy hats, and we're going to put a special pin in them, and we are going to have that available to y'all if y'all want to get that. It's going to be a special pin that only will go on those hats. We're not going to sell the pin separately or anything like that, but it would be a nice addition for our extravagant Texanness there. Yes, so this is going to be a very limited stock on these. Oh, yeah, there goes the pins. I'll pick this up again. Give me a second. So here are the pins that we have, and I don't know if the point I'm afraid of. No, it's not going to work. So I'm going to use. Hold up, guys. I gotta use my this. Perfect. Okay. So this pin set is brand new. It hasn't come out. It hasn't. It's in the process of being produced. What's special about this pin? The central piece of the pin is actually this one right here. And the reason why you have this one on the side is so that you can see what happens when you flip over the visor there. You have Moses in the astronaut suit behind it, right? And then this little Discovery shuttle that's behind Moses moves between these two stars. It oscillates and it goes back and forth between these two stars. And also something here that I was going to leave unscripted. I'm going to see. Whoever gets this, I'll give you a pin set yourself. What is different in this pin set that no other Gillette situation has had? Just look at it good. If you don't need to zoom it in, you should be able to pick it up. If you can't see it, just come close. Tell me if you pick anything different here in the arrangement on that centerpiece. This is a little fun thing.
Landmarks.
No.
All of Texas landmarks, the
Hold up.
Alamo, etc.
What happened?
All of the different Texas landmarks.
No. Remember, I'm looking at the central pin only. This is what we're calling the base pin. Only those. Don't worry about these. Only the center one has something that is very different. It's something that is totally different from anything that has been done. Chuck. Yes. Okay, it has Miriam. Don't worry, Chuck. I did think it was Jochebed too. Forever. I'm today years old knowing that is Miriam. Because to me, that was Jochebed. I am today years old. When I learned this, Chuck, me and you, I guess we're the only ones that thought that was Jochebed. Anybody else thought that was Jochebed? Oh, everybody knew it was Miriam. Oh, okay. All right then. No, it's not about the feet. It is centered around Miriam, not Jochebed. It is centered around Miriam, not Jochebed. I'm honing in that. I'm not gonna say anything else. She's backwards. You got a pin set. So talk to Iris. She'll give you one of the round pin sets. So at the end, she's backwards. Miriam, not Jochebed. It's backwards. If you notice the original Believe the Promise logo, she is facing this way. It's from the back view. It's the mirror effect. So you're probably asking, everything that we do with the pins is extremely meaningful. The reason why that is, you're probably saying, Pastor, why are you making such a big deal about this? If you remember, 2009 was Esther, right? It was Esther, Courage to Stand, 2009. In 2009, Texas, it wasn't officially from us, from the conference, but someone in Texas, somewhere, did a pin that was black, and he had Esther in there, and by mistake, it was backwards. And that pin went bananas. If you're not a collector, you're probably saying, I don't know what you're talking about. If you are a collector, you know about the backwards Esther, Texas. And that one was made out of mistake. And as an honor to that thing that happened in 2009, we're bringing it back. You see, it's very sentimental, the whole pin trading thing. It's a very, you got to have a thing to it. So that's why Jokobed, not Jokobed, Miriam. That's why Miriam is backwards on the base pin. All right. So that's that. And then you have the rest of the areas. So here, Texas Conference is missing the TE. Don't worry about that. That's just a part of the transfer when we put the image here. But Texas Conference, we're going to do the main areas. We're not going to do North and South, for example, in Houston, in Dallas, or in Central Texas. We're grouping them because now there's going to be too many pins. So we're grouping them. So you have DET, Dallas East Texas. Then you have VCB, Valley Coastal Bend. Then you have KFW, Keene Fort Worth. Then you have HBA, Houston Bay Area. And then you have CTX, you have Central Texas. And there, yours truly is the one and only. Remember the Alamo. So that is basically our area pin set. We're calling that our area pin set. It's in production right now. Once it's released, we're going to put it out so that you can do pre-orders. But we're also going to do a small amount of these as well. We won't be doing more than 1,000 sets of these. All right. Just so that you know a little bit. And with that, everybody's been asking about the shirts. Everybody's been asking about the shirts for months now. With that, I now reveal to you the official Texas Conference. Wow. Now, wait. Before we do that, I don't know if this is. We're working on that. As soon as we have the details, it's going to get posted. So it's going to be getting posted soon. I'm talking about, guys, in the next week or so is when we're going to have the details of how much and what and where and how and who. Okay? So that is that. There you go. The official Texas Conference shirt. All right? So front side. If you notice, again, we tend to be a little sentimental about this stuff. If you notice, Moses here in the bottom front, on the front has a cowboy hat and a sheriff star in it, because again, we got to be overly Texan with everything that we do. So there you have it. And then this is the back of the shirt. That little there, you won't be able to read it, but it says Gillette or bust on top of the Discovery Shuttle. And then he has Moses with Miriam, his sister, not Jokobed, there. What was that? It does not glow. This shirt, it does not glow. I don't think they have perfected the glow in the dark thing for sublimated shirts yet, but we're wanting to get in the glow in the dark market as well. And something extra that you have to notice on this shirt is that there, if you notice here, it has what we have called the Texas Space Cowboy, which is part of another pin set that will be being produced. This pin set has 3 parts, and it has the colors of the state of Texas, and it's very simple. It's going to be very accessible because we did it with the children in mind. So this one is going to be very easy for them to get. It's not going to be costly. It's going to be a very cheap pin set of 3 pieces that has a red, blue, and white background of Texas and the Texas Space Cowboy. There. All right. He's riding a rocket. That's STX Youth. So that's why we call it Texas Space Cowboy. When will the shirts be available? We're working on that. It's the sublimated ones. It's the one that we did. Is the breathable sports like dry fit type situation. Yeah, like the yellow one that had the graffiti for our last Camporee standout is gonna be kind of the same thing because we want to. You guys have it's gonna be kind of the material that they have right there. Those are sublimated shirts, so it's gonna be kind of that material. What was that? Oh, yes, we're gonna try to work in the youth sizes, right, Iris? Yes. Iris, we're gonna make sure that everybody gets a good share of them.
Question.
We have question.
Are
Yes.
they going to be from the same manufacturer as these ones?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Just because the sizing when we ordered these were off.
Right.
So
I know when you guys ordered those, you guys got them from Mexico, and there was a big size difference. Yeah. Our manufacturer is here in the States, and so we're working with them. Yeah. All right. So there you have the shirts. There you have the pin. Any question regarding this? I know that you're wanting to know how much, and I know that you're wanting to know about the pin, and so we want to create a bundle for you that you're going to be able to get shirt and pin. You don't have to, but we want to be able to create a bundle. The shirt is going to be in the teens somewhere. We don't know yet. I don't want to say anything yet because we're still working with manufacturing at this point. Okay. But we are going to be wearing that blessed shirt that you see there on Tuesday. Camporee starts on? No. Camporee starts on Monday. And we will be wearing the shirt on everybody from the Texas Conference. We want to order the shirt on Tuesday. I mean, we want to wear the shirts on Tuesday. That's the thing. Uh-oh.
Technically, Camporee starts on Tuesday. Sorry, Pastor. Technically, Camporee starts on Tuesday. If you get there on Tuesday, you might not be able to drive into your campsite, but it technically starts on Tuesday. So
Stand corrected. Thank you, Abigail, for your amazing leadership. Such a great leader. Thank you. Yes, it's so the reason why I stress Monday, and you're gonna hear it when we get to the camping time, you don't want to get there Tuesday. You really don't. I promise you, you don't. So that's why I'm saying Monday. Make sure, please, get there Monday. It's gonna be a whew. Okay. I'll let Chuck and them deal with it. So we're gonna be wearing it on Tuesday, right? And we want as many as we can to have this. In order for us to have such a volume of shirts, we're wanting to do pre-orders on the shirts as much as possible. We're not gonna do what we did last time. I was gonna say last year. Last time, this is what we did. Remember the Bigger Than Texas blue? Okay. You know we still have hundreds of those shirts. That will not happen this time. It will not happen because we're not going to order like that. We're going to order based on pre-orders. And we might have some. Iris always likes having some. So that's why I'm saying, and we might have some that over there you might be able to obtain. Yes, ma'am. If you need 150, you talk to Iris directly and she will be happy to give you 150.
What if your club doesn't order, but you as an individual want to order?
Absolutely, totally possible as well. The link will be sent out at some point. And also, this is the way of communication for these things, all right? Mainly and firstly, you want to be up in the social media. Again, you don't have to, but you got to have your Pathfinders be in it because that's where it first comes. If it comes out at 10 o'clock at night, that's where it goes. Poof, first. You're going to hear it after from your coordinators. Your coordinator is going to be the second line of communication. They are going to send this out, right? And you got to be up in communication with your coordinators, and they're going to send it out. And then further down the line, you're going to see it being posted on Facebook, or you're going to see if you happen to call the conference and Iris picks up, then she might tell you. But that's the way that the communication flows for our youth department. Edgar, from the Valley.
Just arrived.
A long drive, brother.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
I was just listening on the t-shirts.
Yes.
In Oshkosh, I remember last time we did a day for area. So every area put their own t-shirt.
Yes, we get into
And then
that.
the next day conference, the next day union. If you're starting the conference right away, what day are you?
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. Thank you, Edgar. I'm just answering some of the questions first, and then we're gonna give you the schedule on how it's gonna work. Yes, other people will want to trade you for your shirt, and you're free to do that if you want to. You might, okay? Because other people will be asking for those shirts. That is absolutely true. Yes. Okay. Yes, please.
My desire is by the end of this coming week, we have a final number to order. So I know you guys can say, I need 100, but I don't have the money. So I'm gonna think a way how you can order tomorrow or Wednesday before Friday, and you don't have to pay right away. You just have to compromise to pay and pick up at Gillette. And the reason is because the sooner we order, the better price we're gonna get and the better security that we're gonna have it on hand.
Thank you, Iris. Thank you so much. So, any other questions regarding the shirts and the area pin set or any other mechanics that will work with that? Yes, ma'am. I saw your hand right here. Can you pass it to? Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. Let me entertain our lady from Central Texas South.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sorry, Miriam.
I saw your hand up, and that's why I.
Oh, that was just to tell you that the shirts.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Order extra shirts.
Thank you.
And you're gonna need to not wear them laundered, I guess.
Thank you. Yes, question here.
How soon can we obtain a price to provide for the parents? Because
We will have that this week. We will have that this week. That price, it's going to flow through your coordinator. We're not going to just push the price on the Instagram page because the kids don't got money. We don't publish to the kids what it costs. We publish what it is. They don't got money. You got the money. So the price goes to you. So your coordinators will let you know the price of the shirt as soon as probably Monday. We're going to be working on that. So I mean, tomorrow. So please kind of be up on that. Your coordinator will reach that out to you.
Wait.
Most likely in a TXU store. Very good. Yes, most likely the TXU store is in Texas Young Adventist. That's our website, Texas Young Adventist. You can find it there. That's where you're going to find the pins. Everything is there. The pins are there. The croc charms. If you notice, I'm not wearing these just because. We got croc charms, everybody. Okay? And you're probably wondering, ¿Cómo el pastor vino con Crocs? How is the pastor here with Crocs? It's because we got charms for TX Youth. Okay? So it's important. All right. Let me see. I see a question here. No question. All right. Perfect.
Pins and the shirts and all that. The
Texas Young Advent.
.com/store. TexasYouth.com store.
That's it. TexasYouth.com. Edgarito, ¿qué pasó?
I'm assuming you are, but just to ask, you're gonna have extra t-shirts over there in case somebody didn't buy.
Very few.
Everything is gonna has to be sold through the website. We don't have a.
We might, but don't. Yeah, we might. There's gonna be some extras because there's always some extra. But the extras that I'm talking about, I like a couple. It's not that I'm gonna have a stock of to sell over there. Yeah, I'm gonna give all of that right now. Okay. What do we got? We good? That's where you're gonna find everything in TexasYouth.com. At TXYouth.com. Okay, so for the union shirt will be worn on Thursday. Union shirt will be worn on Thursday. Okay? What does the union shirt looks like? I don't have it with me. That is Pastor Moody's top secret. I have seen it, but I don't have the file of it yet. Pastor Moody doesn't want that pushed out just yet. I got my stuff pushed out because I can decide that. But the union design, you will see it at some point. As soon as we're able to push it, we'll push it through social media. You will find it there at the TXU social media. The union shirt is bought and ordered. Is the process, is it with you and then with Melissa, or is it with Melissa
They have
directly?
their own link.
Yeah. So the union will have their own link for you to order from them. Their link in their website, the Union Youth Department. Or you can call the Southwestern Union and talk to Melissa Mock. She will give you all the information for the union. Okay. So they're going to have one single pin, which is going to be pretty cool, by the way. One single pin, and then they're going to have a shirt. All right, for the Southwestern Union. All right, and that shirt is going to be worn on Thursday. And then our area shirt is going to be worn on Wednesday. Our area shirt is going to be worn on Wednesday. So your areas are going to be giving you, if they do, which they should, and they will, give you a shirt of some sort, and you can order that and you can wear that on Wednesday. And then you're saying, but Pastor, my club did something so nice on the shirt. That's why we've given you the nicest day of the whole week. What is it? Friday. Friday, you're going to get to wear your local club shirt. Friday, you're going to get to wear your local club shirt. Okay? And then for Saturday, of course, it's Class A. And then Saturday afternoon, just wear Gillette merch. Anything that says Gillette. Don't come out here with just like a triangle or something. No. You got to wear Gillette International Camporee merchandise. Somehow, if it's ours, good. If it's the union's, good. If it's your own, you're good. Just, we want to represent and wear because that's the last day of the camp. Okay? All right. Any questions regarding the merchandise? Shirts, pins. Perfect. Just make sure you stay updated with our website, beloved. In the store, if you're wondering right now, let's say that you don't have the money right now and you still want to order before the pins run out, it's through the website that you're doing. We've been having clubs order 60, 70 pin sets and being mailed to them, and they're already up on that. So you don't have to wait to be physical to be able to purchase them. You order them there, we'll get them to you, and then the shirts will go on pre-order on the website as well. All right. I believe this is the last of my, make sure you stay up to date with our Instagram. Make sure that you stay up to date with our TOTs, which we love so much. Make sure that you stay up to date with our Texas Drill and Drum Corps because, you know, it's really important. Yeah. Absolutely. We'll be delighted. I see some people taking the Drum Corps one. That is the TOT one, TX Team Leaders. Perfect. And just for good measure, the main one. That's where all the stuff gets published first. That's, you know what I mean? And you might get a meme there or two, and you got to be okay with a meme or two to be able to follow us. And there you go. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. There you go. I'll put it back. Sorry. Yes. There's still some people taking this picture, so I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give it a chance. That's it. And then once you go straight to it, there is a little tab there that says follow. And then you click that one, but then there's a little bell that is after it. And then you click the little bell because the little bell is gonna let you know as soon as something's posted. There's a little bell that's right next to it that tells you about being notified when something goes posted. So you go, oh, you don't have the little bell because where's the little bell, everybody? You have the bell? Does it show up in yours? Okay. So, oh yeah. So you go following. Then you go back to favorites. And then you go to favorites. Then you get everything that's posted right away, a notification. There you go. Boom. Yeah. Okay, that's our Instagram, TOTs. This is the one for TOTs. No takers? I see one taker. All right, perfect. And then this is the Texas Drill and Drum. Okay. Perfect. I already spoke about the Sterling Volunteers, so we'll move right along with that. Just again, guys, let me do a heart to heart here real quick before I go. This is important. And I know this is an extra step for the 100,000,000 things that you're already doing. This is an extra step. I recognize it. I understand. I too was a local pastor that had to deal with making those letters and signing them with every name in there for my club to go to Camporee. So I know it's an extra step. I know that signing into the Sterling Volunteer just irks the last nerves of your being. Not as much as YMMS. YMMS has a special place. But the Sterling Volunteer is another one that you just cringe at the side of it. But it's necessary. It is important. Trust me. You do not want to be the director in whose club something goes down with a minor. You don't want to be that director. I promise you. We all gonna get hit if that happens. We all. I don't want to be the conference. The union doesn't want to be the union. But you most certainly do not want to be the director that has that situation. So please, in the 100,000 things that you have to do before Gillette, add 100,001, and put in there background checks. Just verify them. Make sure that everybody's got them. Okay? No. Oh, you asking us to do that? Oh no, you're not supposed to. No, we're not gonna be doing that. What we do at our Camporee, which is what you just mentioned. She said, "Oh, are we supposed to bring the compliance report for your own consumption?" We're not gonna be there because it's not an event for us. From us. It's not our event, so we're not gonna be there controlling all of that. You're not supposed to present the compliance report to us. Just like medical is not gonna be taken care of by Texas. We don't go to Abigail. Medical. That's CYE medical staff. Everything is being ran by CYE. So that's why I'm making such an important push for you to make sure that you have your background check. And why is CYE not checking these background checks to allow you? Because there's 60,000 of us that are going to be going there. So that's why CYE is not going to be collecting all of these compliance reports, because it's going to be for forever. No, conference will not be collecting the compliance reports. No, that's why we were telling you. You as a director, you as a leader are responsible for it. Okay?
Pastor.
Area coordinators. We're still working that out.
Pastor.
Yes, question.
But isn't it a requirement for every local church that whoever volunteers for anything that is being done internally in the church supposed to be verified?
That is right. That is a requirement.
Hello.
Absolutely. And
every single one.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing that up.
The requirement we have in our local church is that if you serve the children department, the youth,
thank you for
as an
bringing that
elder,
up.
it's a requirement.
Absolutely.
Period.
And that's where I'm going. You are absolutely right. And having been a district pastor for years, I would tell you that you would think that every church loves this. And every church is like, you know what? Yeah, we don't want no possible pedophiles within us. Yeah, you would say that every church will be good with that. Yes, no church wants any pedophiles around them, but not every church is willing to go through the background check. And you will be surprised here in the great Republic of Texas how Big Brother, you know what I'm saying? And let's not get me started with that, because I've had my own battles in my district, and I have a battle with time right now as well. So, but it is a requirement. We need it. We need in every church, and we just want you to enact that requirement, because as Sarah mentioned, not everybody does it. Edgar.
Yeah, and besides that, there are going to be some volunteers that are invited that they're not even members yet.
Yes.
And if they're not members, but we as coordinators and you as directors need to still require that, even though they're not They're not part of the church. And my other question, for the medical, I remember you guys mentioned it, that it's better to have our Texas medical form because it has more information on it. Do we still have to do they still have to do the CYE or just with the Texas?
I'll defer to the smarter people in the room to be able to tell you about that. Abigail will answer that. Miss Sarah.
To the brother that said that it's required, it is, not everybody does it. You might have a church that says, oh, they do potluck. They're not with children's ministries, that we're not making them do the background check. And yet they're going to come cook for Camporee.
Right.
So you've got to follow up on it.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the case. Yeah.
Even people that you invite one or twice.
Everybody.
Have to.
Everybody.
You don't invite just anybody from outside to come and have a contact with
everybody.
You know, our local church. Anybody that comes and serve should be, just for protection of everything.
Brother, that is the ideal. And it should be so. Sadly, it ain't so. All right. Now, where's my little clicker? When I was gonna have my heart-to-heart. Okay, there you go. Verify volunteers. If you're lost in how to get to Sterling Volunteer, there you go. There's a link that you can send. And again, I know that at the site of that website, you're like, not like YMMS, not like YMMS. That one's different. That one's different. We love YMMS, everybody. We love it. Okay. Perfect. Transportation. And here you go. I'll pass it on now to Abigail, our lead Pathfinder coordinator. There was some with transportation that I was going to mention. The QR code of the yeah, there you go. When I remember.
All right, everyone. My husband's going to be talking to you about some safety recommendations, but before he speaks, I want to tell you guys at the end of the slides that he's going to show you, there's going to be there's a lot of QR codes. We're going to, my boss sometimes comes to my office and tells me, on your leisure time, read this. So I'm going to tell you, on your leisure time, make sure you read all of these documents, please. They are important. We are giving you a lot of information, and we don't want to take the time today to go over all of that detailed information. But at the very end, there's going to be another QR code that's going to give you a lot of suggestions, lists on things that we recommend that you do. And there's also links to the Department of Transportation, a lot of regulations from the Department of Transportation that we recommend that you guys follow. I know one of the questions that I have received probably, I could not tell you how many times on text and email is, can we rent the 12 or 15 or 21 passenger vans? The answer is, if they were made for cargo, you cannot. Risk management will not cover them. If, and I say if, your church board approves those, they're going against the policy that risk management has. Okay. I want to go back a little bit on the ordering supplies. The Texas headquarters will be open for you to pick up your orders, okay? Pre-orders. The Texas headquarters is not going to be a store where you can go buy stuff because you didn't pre-order. So please pre-order and we will turn it into you over there. All right, just to clarify that, because somebody was asking that.
Yes. I like, hold up. This one is better. Yes. Okay. This is what I remember with transportation, and not to steal your thunder, but I am going to talk about the pallets. The pallets, the famous 18-wheeler truck that we take. Pallets will be picked up by the Texas Conference Transportation in Houston, San Antonio, And we are working on a third site upwards of Austin. So somewhere around Georgetown is what we're looking at. So we are going to have those 3 areas that pickups are going to happen, and obviously is going to be there by the conference office, so the whole area of King Fort Worth is going to be able to bring them as well. The pallets are going to cost $450 per pallet. Iris, do we know how high the feet, Chuck? Do we know how high? Or yeah, I know those, but then we're gonna do four tall as well. Okay, so that's how we did. Okay, yes. All right. So it's gonna be 4 by 4 by 4. All right, 4 by 4 by 4. The pallets. Okay. If I may, I'm sorry here for a second, Chuck. And those pallets, they can stack or what's can you give us a link? There is a PDF on with the directions that will be sent out. It's been already sent out through 450. Okay, so how that works is that everything, literally, when last time my local club that I was pastoring, we put our kitchen, our everything got in the pallets. I even threw my sleeping bag in the pallet, and you just wrap it. Truck comes, picks it up, and it shows up over there in your campsite. Okay, so we have that. Maryland. Okay, tables. They have tables. They have tables. These are, as you haven't been able to, these are the logistic people, Chuck, Marilyn, and Iris, and them. They know the numbers and measures and stuff. So the tables, make sure that they have folding tables, not the long tables, because those are too long. They won't be able to stand inside of. Are we understand? Folding 6 foot. There you go. Okay. I wanted to make that clear. So we're going to have those 3 pickup locations, and I want you to take advantage of that if that's something that you want, instead of you breaking your head on bringing stuff on trailers and whatnot. That is a service that is available to you. If you are concerned about the PDF, your coordinators should have gotten that to you, a document that explains with detail how to build it, how to do it, how to stack it, how to wrap it. Everything is on that document. Your coordinators should have gotten that to you. If you do not have that, make sure you talk to your area coordinator. They have that for you. Okay? Any questions regarding the pallet pickup? Thank you.
Okay. I just want to share a few tips with you guys for the road, for the trip. Since we don't do long trips very often, it's very important that the vehicle that we're going to drive all the way up there, it's in good conditions. So I will highly recommend that you guys take your vehicle, your car or pickup truck, to your local mechanic shop and have them inspected, bumper to bumper, and make sure there is in good conditions to get there. Now, road services are very expensive. Believe me, I'm a truck driver, and you're gonna pay double or triple on the road if something breaks down. So make sure your car, your pickup truck, whatever you're gonna drive is in very good conditions. Now, I'm gonna talk a little bit about, let's see. I don't know if I'm going. There we go. I'm gonna talk a little bit about tires. Why tires? Because bad tires can cause accidents, and accidents can cause fatalities. So it is every single car on the driver's door has this sticker. Let me see if I can use the laser. Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Right here, you're gonna find all the information about the tires of your vehicle, like the right size on the front, the right size on the rear, and the proper inflation of the tire, like 39 psi, 36 psi. There is a difference, okay? So it is very important that you guys pay attention to that and make sure you have them right. You can also find the right inflation on the side of the tire. Like right here, it shows 51 psi in this case, in this particular case, okay? Now, the experts recommend not to use, I don't know what happened to this one, not to use tires older than 6 years. Some brands like Michelin and Continental, they said 10 years, but I will go for the 6 years. So how to find out how old is your tire? Well, on the side of the tire, you're gonna find a set of 4 numbers, like this one here, 0918. I'm gonna explain that. And I have another one, this one here, 4020. The first 2 numbers is the week of the year when the tire was made. It makes sense? Like, this is the week number 40 of the year, and the 20 is the year. So this tire is, let's see, who's good on numbers? October, somebody said October of 2020. So that's how you can find how old is your tire on your vehicle. If it's more than 6 years old, regardless of the tread dip, I will replace that tire and put a brand new tire. So, let's keep going. Okay. I'm gonna have you guys to scan this QR code real quick, please. Yes.
I use retreaded tires.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Sometimes people go and buy that retreaded tires
Yes.
and they're not very good.
Yes, yes. Please, don't do that. Don't do that, especially if the weather is gonna be hot. It is not recommended. Now, I'm gonna give you like 2-3 minutes. It's a very short video in how to load properly a utility trailer. So please scan it and watch the video real quick, and then we're gonna go back to the other picture. It is very important for you guys to scan that RQ code and watch the video. It's only like 30 seconds long. I don't know if sometimes you have seen people pulling a trailer on the freeway and the trailer is swinging left to right, left to right, left to right, left to right. Well, on that video is gonna tell you why. Okay, this is the right way to load a utility trailer. You put the 60%, you calculate the 60% of the load on the front, starting from the tire to the front, 60% and 40% on the back. That will make your car or truck and your trailer more stable, especially if it's raining. Okay, that's another tip. Let's keep going. No. Okay. Okay. if you're gonna drive a truck like that one, get familiar with the height of the vehicle. Most of them are like 10, 11 feet height. So that way, also pay attention to the clearance height on parking lots and bridges. You don't want to get your truck convertible, especially if you're not familiar with those kind of vehicles. So pay attention to that. Okay. Right here, what I want to show you, especially for those who don't drive often out of the city, of the state. Right here, pay attention to the exit number. It's on the right upper side of the sign. This one is the same. This one, it's on the left. What this means is that the exit that you're looking for in this particular case, the exit ramp is going to be on the right. I don't know. For the benefit of those that don't know this, maybe a lot of you know this, and on this other particular case is on the left. Well, the ramp exit is going to be on your left. In some cases, you're not going to find this. This is very helpful, the arrow here and this one turning left. But in other cases, you're just going to see the green sign with the name of the street and the exit number on the left. That means your ramp exit is going to be on the left, okay? Okay, that's another QR code that you guys need to scan and download all the information. How many bus drivers we have here? Just one? Okay, two. Even though we are considered private, we highly recommend that we follow DOT regulations and keep logs of everything, hours of driving, pre-trip, post-trip inspections, 30-minute break every 8 hours, and no less than 2 drivers. What else?
So remember, I told you you're going to have a lot of light reading when you go home. That QR code is a list of suggestions. Let me tell you guys, you will be carrying precious cargo. Please take care of it. So please read all of the recommendations we're giving you. Most of those came out of the transportation department, and the others came out of our own experience. We have been driving a private bus to International Camporee since 1999, and we've taken kids and we've learned. Every time we go, we make a mistake and we learn one more thing that we want to not do the next time. So those instructions that we're giving you there are from the Department of Transportation, and a lot of suggestions that we have. And my husband is a truck driver and he knows a lot of those things. We also need to remind you that if you have a driver that's going to be driving passengers, you cannot, it doesn't matter how good of a driver you are, you cannot drive with your regular driver's license. You have to have an endorsement. So all those little things, please get informed. Again, we are taking precious cargo. So let's take care of it, and let's take care of ourselves, and let's take care of our churches.
Any questions about the transportation on the road? No? Okay.
All right. And we're going to send out this PowerPoint to your area coordinator so they can share it with you. You can go through it at again, at your leisure time. Did you guys like that? We're gonna send it out to you sometime this week, okay? All right, let's talk campsites, land. So don't get offended if Chuck sounds a little mean, okay? He's not. He's a nice guy.
You're not gonna leave. Because I didn't see these slides. So are y'all ready? This is from Moody. Moody suggesting this. So has anybody been west? There's, it's empty. Who went to Oshkosh? Everybody? Okay. Lots of towns. The freeway in front of Oshkosh was 3 lanes north and south. The access roads were 2 lanes. And there was still traffic. We have 3 roads going to Gillette. 3. We have 3 roads. We have an interstate east and west. It's 2 lanes each way. Access roads are 1 lane. We have a road coming up from the south. It's a 2-lane road. Traffic is going to be a nightmare. Oh, and get what you need before you get there. There's no big towns within 2 hours of Gillette. I would not plan on buying anything the entire time you're there. It's 2 hours to anything. So I would not plan on buying anything at Gillette. Have it pre-ordered, shipped to Walmart. Southwest Union pulled the luckiest straw for this camporee we could ever pull. We're in the RV park for Camplex. Every campsite will have multiple electric, water, and sewer. There should be almost zero need for generators, for gray water carts, for freshwater carts. But we do have to take care of the water. We don't want to make a muddy mess. Good hoses that don't leak. Most people have 2 systems for washing dishes. They have utility sinks, plastic utility sinks on legs, or they have a table with buckets like my grandma used to do before they had water. If you have a utility sink, it can be placed over the drain for the RV hookup, and that water can drop straight into the RV hookup. If you have the buckets, we need to develop a system to strain the debris. We collect gray water at Lake Whitney Ranch, and you guys would not like to see what ends up in those buckets. It's nasty. We hold that water until everybody's gone, and then the turkey vultures gets a feast. It is nasty, but the turkey vultures love it. But there's spoons, there's cooking utensils, as well as whole food that gets dumped into those gray water. We can't dump those items into the sewer system at Gillette. We'll clog it up, and then everybody is going to be at a loss because it'll be a mess. Yeah, then you will have to cart your gray water somewhere. So we have to strain it. We have a method. It's a 5-gallon bucket with a 3-gallon bucket. And in the 3-gallon bucket, you drill 1/4-inch holes in the bottom. In the bottom of the 5-gallon bucket, you drill a 2-inch hole. You put a male adapter, it's a piece of plumbing. We'll send out some pictures through the information on how this will be built. Chuck Hill from Oklahoma has built one, but he didn't get me the information, the pictures. And you'll dump your gray water in the top bucket. It'll drain through to the bottom bucket and go into the RV drain. Then you'll have the debris that you get to throw to the trash. You will need trash wagons to haul your trash to wherever the trash bins are. What else we got? So you can see it's nice and flat. We have visitors.
Dinner.
Well, Pastor, we're not supposed to do that. Our explanation of that Peter vision is not rise, kill, and eat. Those are antelope.
They're vegan.
They are vegan. Yeah. Yeah. They're beautiful animals. But they leave little tiny pellets all over the place. And all over the campground are little pellets that will just dissolve into the ground and go away. Don't eat the pellets. Well, someone gave me a QR code.
That's the location.
Okay.
Another QR.
Oh, okay. Okay, so this is what the five of us in the International Camporee Southwest Union Camping Committee has come up with. Texas is the blue. So where we get all those spaces. All of those spaces, with the exception, where's your pointer?
Can you go back to the QR code, please?
Oh, now that you know what it is, you want to take a picture of it. That's a good question. Will we have to worry about ticks? Has it been fumigated? I don't think so. I don't know that there'll be ticks. There may be ants. Ants are always going to be a problem. It would be ready. Yeah, I would be prepared to bring that type of equipment.
But they know, Complex knows that 60,000 people are coming to stay in tents. So they're going to prepare everything so that people can stay without any difficulty. So they are going to spray for things like that.
All right, so that Pastor assures me that they are going to spray for pests. We have a question.
So going back to the Walmart stuff, so you're saying that in Gillette, there's no Walmart?
No, there is a super Walmart,
Uh-huh.
and they do, I believe they're doing pre-orders. Okay. But if you forgot something and you go, oh man, I need a loaf of bread or I need 5 gallons of milk, I wouldn't bet on it. I'm just trying to, I'm going to be a pessimist when it comes
He's
to
going to be a
that.
very big pessimist. I'll be showing you pictures of what there is in Gillette. Gillette is the only town within 2 hours. Therefore, it is a shopping hub. Okay. I went to many stores. I have pictures. I can show you what they have and what they don't have. It's not quite that dire, but 60,000 people is a lot. So be well prepared to not have to buy. But if your table breaks, you will be able to buy a table.
Now, if we want to order as individuals, not as club, can we order from Walmart as an individual? Yes.
I have no idea. I've never done that. Pastor says yes.
Yes.
So you could place your orders. What we are telling y'all, there's going to be an overload of people. This is a town of 20,000. We are 60. So I want you to put that into perspective. So there's going to be an overload. So what we're trying to tell you is, don't rely or like, oh, there's going to be a supermarket, I'm good. Get it before you get there. Or order it if you're flying in, order it so that you can have it pick up ready. But yeah, that's what we're saying with that.
Yeah, we're preparing for the worst, hoping the best. So those areas in blue do not have electricity or water. And that strip over there does not have electricity or water. Everything else does. Those are going to be our overflow areas, and we're going to try not to use them. So those that register late, that don't have the right tickets, oh my goodness, I didn't get it all ordered like we we're talking earlier. You get put where there's no electricity.
Do you guys know if that water, in case a club runs out of water, is it drinkable?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh,
it is potable water.
Perfect.
That's a street, right? On the right, we have a street and it's open.
Right. So at the bottom of the screen right here, that's called Box Elder Lane. That is a 2-lane road with a turning lane in the middle with shoulders on both sides. That's how we're going to be coming into Camplex. That's going to be our way into our area. Texas is going to enter through this gate. The rest of the Southwest Union will enter through this gate. But this is the Texas gate. Since we have 4,000, roughly, we are the majority of Southwest Union. We get our own gate. It is a low fence, roughly this tall. I did hear they were doing more fencing, but that's in other areas where there is no fence. Yes.
Based on that, all the activities and the stage is northwest, right? On that.
Yes. Yeah. All the
Just to
activities
be
are this way.
clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we put a picture of the full site in here? Did we have a picture of the full site?
No, we do not. But I'll talk about it it's not in the presentation, no.
We're going to talk about it in a little bit. I have maps with me, paper maps that you guys can look at afterwards. There will be the green lines are the streets between the camping. They will be one way. Everyone will come in and go up and come up here and funnel down. And then we will exit through both the Southwest Union and the Texas gate. That'll be our exit during setup and takedown.
Is that where we park also?
No, sir. Parking is about 3/4 of a mile that away. You know, Pastor and I haven't got to nail that just down, but we're looking at the Texas headquarters up in this area is what we have discussed.
It's in the north part, whatever.
It's probably going to be right in this area right here.
So if we arrive on Monday, can we get with the cars to the campsite?
Monday at what time?
8, 9 a.m.
You gonna let him in that early? Okay. All right. Yes, she says yes, 8 a.m. That
She
we-
asked if they can go in at 8 a.m. with their cars and they said yes.
Okay. You will be able to drive to your campsite, unload, and get out.
We're going to be very, very on everybody to move.
That's what's going to create the enormous, insurmountable amount of traffic. That's what's going to create it. But you will be allowed to do it. But you remember the showers before we got shower houses at Lake Whitney? You remember that? Let's go. Come on. 5 minutes. It's going to be kind of like that. So you're going to have to get there, unload, go, because we're going to have to move. Those lanes in between do not hold 2 cars. You can't have. That's why they're all in up, down, because it's not 2 cars wide. So you will block the lane as you are unloading, and then you get out.
They had a question that's only on Monday, correct?
Only on Monday. Yes. Yes. We are working the buses to see if because those turns on the corners are very sharp. So we're still working them. I think the last time we met, we believe they're able to do it. And we're arranging so that can happen that way. If anything with that changes, because this is still fluid, if anything with that changes, you will hear from us. All right. But the buses are a huge worry.
We can park our trailers though.
Yes, you will be. They take up your camping space. You can put whatever you want in your camping space.
Right.
It's your camping space.
Yeah, you could park a 737 in there, but that'll be.
We recommend your trailer that hauls your equipment, so it's also your pantry, and or one box truck like what was shown. Buses are highly discouraged. Cars are highly discouraged. It's going to take away from your area.
Yeah, let me stress what Chuck just said. I'm purposefully restating it. Anything you put on your campsite will draw away from the space you have been allotted. anything. Camper, car, canopy, table, none of that. We have nothing to do with that. You choose how you're going to manage your space. So whatever you put in there is going to take away from tents that people can sleep in. Is what we're trying to tell you. Okay?
So the 18-wheelers taking our stuff there, they will be allowed at 8 a.m., not earlier than 8 a.m. in the
Ma'am, the
morning.
18-wheeler will be there way before people is allowed to be there.
So they'll be there by Sunday, but we won't be able to.
They'll
get
be
it.
there way earlier than that. What do you mean? Yeah, no, the pallets are we're gonna take them out of the 18-wheeler and we're gonna put it on your campsite and they're gonna be there nice and packed waiting for you. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Oh yeah, the pallets leave way before you leave.
Weeks,
That truck
weeks.
is gonna leave.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
the pallets are gonna work kind of like this. We don't know the exact date of delivery, but somewhere between Tuesday and Thursday, the trucks will get to Gillette. And I will be there to unload them. They will get distributed to your campsites
That's right.
by Sunday evening.
That's right.
We may unload them and not move them till Sunday evening because we have to lay out the actual campsites Sunday. But they'll be there ready Monday morning.
So it's going to be like Texas camp. Your campsite will already have a number. We're going to distribute that and draw the maps like Pastor Ponciano was saying. We're not going to do it 1 week before. We're going to do it way, way before. So it's going to be like Texas camp. When you get there, we're going to tell you, you are on street friend campsite 20, and you're going to go look for that street and you're going to get there.
I actually would like to give them the map via email
Correct.
as soon as it is ready, which would be at least a week before,
That's right.
minimum,
We
maybe
want
2.
to share the map with you before, and it's going to have your club name on the little spot where you're going to be assigned. Remember, you are getting 90 square feet per person. Oh, thank you. There's the Camporee map. The pink area is the Southwestern Union,
Right there, pink.
and show them where the parking. Okay.
Just bringing it up. If you're bringing a pallet, make sure it's wrapped in case weather.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Great idea.
What's the square footage per person?
90 square feet is what the Southwest Union is recommending.
Which is lower than what we do in Texas. Yes, in Texas we
Yeah.
do 120.
But remember, there's no need for a generator.
Where are we at?
That takes up room.
150.
I don't know that it will, but it's always
Most-
a possibility.
Some of you are asking about electricity. Most campsites will have electricity, water, and sewage.
If you're camping in a site that doesn't have it, you will be notified prior to leaving Texas.
Okay. I see a question back there.
So we cannot arrive on Sunday at all?
No.
Because
Cannot.
I mean, we already had our plan, right? Our schedule and everything. We have the bus ready and everything, but we thought we could on Sunday. So
No.
no Sunday.
No Sunday. No Sunday. The
Can
earlier
we
you can
wait,
be there
can we
is-
wait on the line, like on the line? Because we're gonna be on a bus.
You can wait in a public street. I cannot tell you not to be in a public street, but as far as being able to be in the property until Monday at 8 a.m.
Okay.
To that question, that's why I was talking about the roads and the surrounding areas. And thank you for bringing the picture up. The interstate is right up here. You can't see it. This is a railroad track right here. This is a highway that parallels the interstate. This road goes down and connects to the road that goes south. Most of these roads are 2-lane roads, some with turning lanes, some with shoulders. That's it. There's no big areas to park on the side. This road here is simply a 2-lane road. It's barely above a gravel road. The parking is going to be out in this area here. From there to there is about 3/4 of a mile. The main stage is here. It is 1 mile. From Texas to there is exactly 1 mile. Oh, she's telling me 1.5. Thought it was 1. Okay. I guess it depends on if you're going to the stage or to the back seating. And and whether you're at this part of Texas or this part of Texas.
You gotta leave at 10 a.m. to be able to be in the front.
You may send people there all day. So this area right here is all the events. So any more questions? I know we have plenty.
To bring a golf cart?
No, let me address that. Oh, great question. Okay, golf carts. They're not even giving the conferences enough golf carts. There are no golf carts in Gillette, apparently. So it's extremely expensive for the conferences to even have a golf cart. Personal golf carts are absolutely not allowed. And with that, it's personal scooters, golf carts, ATVs, RTVs, bicycles, slingshots, anything that has wheels on it, unless you have a handicap pass, you have no authorization to use, and they're going to be very strict with it. Only babies, the baby stuff, strollers, and wagons for the babies. Okay, so that's going to be allowed, but anything else that serves as transportation, even if it's not motorized, because bikes are not motorized, or the little scooters are not motorized, none of that. And they have told us, we are not the ones to enforce it, but they have told us they're going to be extremely strict with that, because this place with 60,000 people, it's going to be tough. So that's just what we're past. Thank you for asking the question on the golf carts. And some of you are still emailing us about golf carts. The official answer right now is you won't get any golf carts. So I'm going to take this time to officially give you that answer. There will be no personal or churches golf carts at all. But Pastor, I have a disability. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to arrange that with CYE on how that's going to look like. You might need to rent a scooter, as a disabled person, and use that. But as far as a golf cart, you won't be getting any.
So there's like some wagons where we carry the chairs for the kids.
Yeah, those hand pull wagons, baby strollers, yes.
Can you use your pointer and show us where the medical tent is going to be?
Oh, you know where the medical tent is going to be, Chuck? Look, I know, I have an idea. So the medical tent, it's right here. In this main area is where all of the buildings is, and there is a medical building. I've seen it. I've been in it. It's a huge medical building. So we know it's going to be at the very center of it's going to be like that vicinity. You see where my pointer is right now? That is where we're looking at. Right. Oh, there you go. We found it. There you have it. Boom.
May I also ask then, if we have a situation?
Yeah.
I have a type 1 diabetic daughter.
Yeah.
If we have a situation, we need to make it to the medical tent, is there going to be somebody we can call to get a ride?
Yes. So we are going to have radios where we're going to radio CYE, and they will move their medical staff. They have hundreds of people that are going to be in medical staff, and they're going to be moving their people to come get you and all of that. We're going to have those radios available.
Also,
Okay.
let me interject in that. Our area coordinators also know that they will be busy, but if they're available and they're able, you can call them. And if they cannot reach out to you, then we will figure out a way to get you there if CYE is not able to come help you. We're going to try.
Yeah, no, it's going to get figured out. Anybody that has a medical situation, we're going to get them there.
Got a question.
Oh,
Now that you're talking about the medical, one of the directors, actually, she's here.
Yes.
On the webpage says or recommends to have the AED, the
Yes.
defibrillators per club. Since that is very expensive, they were asking us if per area or conference, are we going to have one? We're
going to have an AED
So we're
at the
gonna
Texas
have an
conference.
AED.
headquarters. Yes, okay. We will.
Yes,
Yes.
per area, those are very
Oh,
expensive.
let me
There's no
know.
way we're gonna give every area. It's,
Yeah, no, no,
but as conference, we have one and it's with us at the headquarters.
at the headquarters.
I got two questions. Just for scale, is that like a high school track thing in the middle?
No, that's a horse racing.
Oh, a horse racing.
That's a horse racing track.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And then the other question is the bathrooms and shower situation.
Okay, so this area right here, that's a rodeo arena. That's where the daily rodeo is gonna be right there.
We're gonna be right at home, everybody.
That's right. Well, Wyoming and Montana are just as western as Texas. So if we can go the orange there, that's a shower tent. That is a shower trailer, a shower trailer, a shower trailer, a shower trailer. And that's the Southwest Union entrance. So there are 5 shower trailers / tents in the Texas area. But Mid-America is going to be using it. Southern Union is going to be using it. Right, we only shower twice. No. There will be porta potties every 80 feet is what we've been told. Can we take a portable shower? Let me ask higher authority.
No.
Portable showers. No. Will directors and cooks get passes to jump line?
Okay, yes and no. So, if you go back to the map, well, for the union, you told them we're gonna have 5 shower houses.
We have
In-
4 shower trailers and 1 shower tent, but across, so that shower tent's right there. Just across right there is another shower tent for Atlantic Union. But Southern there's some in here, but they will use us. Mid-America will use that.
Yes. So a lot of people actually come to the Southwestern Union because, not to brag, we're pretty organized. And Maryland taught us that. Yay, Maryland. Maryland taught us that. So we have to run our own showers, okay? So we're going to ask you to volunteer to help us run the showers in shift of 2 to 4 hours. Areas will be assigned to run the showers. So if you want to volunteer, then we're going to give you a pass. Only to those that are willing to volunteer, we're going to give you a pass to cut the line for showers. Now, hopefully, I will tell you this. Last camporee, international camporee at Oshkosh, I did not have to make lines for the showers. Now, I don't know if people were not showering, but I did not have to make a line. The lines were short. But of course, my shower was almost at midnight because I'm running around like a crazy person. I don't even know if Marilyn had her RV, so she could take a shower at 2 o'clock in the morning. Shh. Okay. But hopefully we're hoping that it'll be the same as the prior years, that you won't have to be in long lines, but we're planning for that. Okay.
There was a question that came up about how many power pedestals are going to be in the area. They're roughly every 15 to 20 feet. So a normal club's going to have 3 or 4 in their area. That's electric, water, and sewer dump. There may be multiple locations in your camping area you can have that.
Question on the pass, just to clarify. If I got people volunteer for 2 hours, the pass is going to be good for the whole week? Or how does that going to work?
You know what? Great question.
I mean, I need to sell to my people.
That's right.
The volunteering thing. So
I don't know. Because we're still working on the schedule for the showers.
That's something that's working with the union,
Yes.
because the rest of our union is going to be volunteering as well. But Texas always brings the lion's share.
Okay. Directors, they're gonna be really busy. I don't know if I'm willing to volunteer. I wanna do it, but I don't know if I have time. That's why I'm asking if can we have at least quick 5-minute shower and everybody can go.
We'll discuss that. That's a good point. We'll discuss it. We'll get back to you via your coordinator on that. At this point, I know that we're very into the thick of it, and this is why many of you came for this particular part, but I want to interrupt this service at this moment, because I want to raffle this real fast. And we're just taking a break, Chuck. Don't go nowhere. You're still a man, huh? Oh yeah, if you want to do that, take a break. This is gonna be a 10-minute break, a 5-minute break, a 5-minute break.
3 minutes.
So that you can go and do the things that must be done. And I'm gonna call we're gonna do this right now. I hold this. Okay, and I will not be doing this. I'm gonna call here a child. Do we have a Pathfinder among us or a child? Yeah, there you go. No, que se venga, que se venga. Uno de los dos. Because it's the pure-hearted. Véngase, amigo, véngase. Okay, we got one. All right, good. You're gonna choose one. So you're gonna face everybody because this needs to be clearly done here. Okay, here, and then you're gonna close your eyes. All right. No, but when I tell you, but I know I just told you, but not right now. All right. So you're going to close your eyes and then you're going to go into this little bag that I am shaking in front of everybody so that everybody can see. And then you're going to pull a number. Okay. All right. Close your eyes.
She's pulling the number, guys. Are you guys ready?
And you're going to read the number.
Okay. 063-1177.
You got it? There you go. Awesome. There you have it, young lady. Let me see that ticket just so that we run a clear operation here. That's the one. All right. Awesome. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. With that one, you could keep it as a souvenir, but I have something very special for you. There you go. Okay, there you go. Thank you so much. We now have a break. Please be back in 10 minutes. 5, I said. 5, I said. Please be back in 5. Thank you much.
Starting again. Do we have any new questions? We're ready to go on.
Let's go.
All right, we're going to continue on to power. Since we are in the RV site, every campsite's going to have multiple pedestals. These pedestals will have a 110 circuit just like you see in your house, but they'll also have a 30 amp RV plug. They make these wonderful little adapters on Amazon that give you 3, and they're a higher amperage. So when you're plugging in your hot pans, your cookers, your hot water pots, they won't be tripping that 20 amp breakers often. Yeah, they've got one right here. So these are all available. They're Amazon. They're $15 to $20 depending on what model you buy. They're on sale for $15 on that link right there. And I run these in my business too. We have a 3-inch RV sewer connection at every campsite. We're going to have multiples. I recommend building a P-trap assembly. This is a 3-inch male adapter. This is a 3 to 2Y, then a 2-inch P-trap, and then a 3 to 4 adapter to open back up. You can put that in. That I've added up the prices about $26 to $36, all available at Home Depot. And you place your plastic utility sink over that, and as long as your drain is within this first 2 inches of that cup, that water is going to flow down perfectly. You're not going to have any smells coming up, and you're going to be able to use your utility sink as your sink with no hauling 5-gallon buckets of water anywhere. I also did one up in a 3-inch male adapter, a 3-inch P-trap, then a 3 to 4-inch adapter. This one was more expensive because it's bigger PVC. Both is going to work fine. You're not going to have any problems with anything stopping. If you don't use a utility sink and you use buckets, the pans, plastic pans to wash your dishes. We recommend that you put this piece right here, 3-inch male adapter on the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket. Drill a hole in the bottom of the bucket. And we'll send pictures of this example to y'all, to everyone. And then you have a 5-gallon bucket. Then you take a 3-gallon bucket and you drill 1/4-inch holes in the bottom, just like your spaghetti strainer at home. You pour your bucket of water, your pan of water into the 2-bucket assembly. The buckets will stack on top of each other. That 3-gallon bucket will strain all the debris we don't want to go into the sewer. And then it'll go on and down. That make sense? The picture's sideways, so rotate your camera. Yeah, 3 to 4. They also make a 3 to 6. It's a little tougher to find. They're designed for air conditioning drains. They put multiple pipes in them. All right, we're ready. All right. I recommend you guys bring these. I don't know that we're gonna need them. Better to have it. They're cheap. That's to split the water service. Because you're gonna have just a hose. You're gonna be sharing. You have one and your back door neighbor has one. But if you want to have multiple sinks hooked up, multiple items, just bring this kind of stuff. Yeah, you need it back. One of the last things I want to talk about is with campsite size. I'm looking at the list of all the people who bought tickets. I see a lot of clubs that are less than 20. Club less than 20 is very difficult for me to give them the proper space they need because it eats up a lot of space. I highly recommend that small clubs join with a bigger club that you like, or another small club, and camp together. Use the same kitchen, use the same area. Because if 2 clubs join together, I can give them more space than 1 club. It's just going to be so tight, and it's going to save us a lot of room. There was one other.
And we may,
list.
we're gonna actually come out and do not an actual camp inspection, but we're gonna come do an inspection of your camp to make sure that you're draining the water properly. Because one club clogs up the drain and we're done.
Everybody.
Center for Youth Evangelism is not going to place containers for us to go dump the gray water there. We're supposed to drain it through the drainage system that we're going to have in our campsites. So please make sure that you are straining the water. Only clear, plain liquid should go into those drains. So we're going to come and make sure that is being done properly by your clubs.
Question in the back.
In the jot form, it asked what club you wanted to camp
Camp
next week. Is that what you were talking about joining in with somebody?
No, that's
both.
Okay.
But it's specifically, a lot of clubs camp next to each other because they use that, but we're encouraging it even more now.
So in the jot form, if you filled it out already and you want to camp as one club, say I want to camp, I want to make one club with Chuck's club, then email me and tell me I requested to camp next to Chuck's club, but I want to be one club, my club and Chuck's club. We want to be one club. So we're going to give you one spot, one camping spot for both clubs. But if you want to camp next to Chuck's club, my club's going to have my camping spot and Chuck's club's going to have his camping spot, except they're going to be next to each other. Does that answer your question?
And we're not trying to cheat the smaller club out of space, but there's a minimum it takes to put a 16-foot trailer and a kitchen and et cetera for a club of 7. That's tough. So if the club of 7 joins a club of 20, now I've got a club of 27. There's a lot more room. It helps. There is also, I don't know for sure, but I know one club that has bought tickets in Texas, but they go to an Oklahoma church. So if you bought tickets in Texas and you're not camping in Texas, we need to know that as well. If you bought tickets in Texas, but you are not camping at all, we need to know that as well. If you have the funds to buy an offsite hotel and you're staying in a hotel, but you bought tickets in Texas, we need to know that so we don't have a campsite for you.
Now,
I couldn't do the math. So she's saying you're a 40 by 60 area for 25 people? My math isn't great in my head. Is that what 90 square
yeah,
feet works out?
that's your sample. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So everybody's gonna get 90 square feet per person. You guys gotta remember, I know it's gonna be tight, but that's enough space for you to have your kitchen, your dining area, and your tents. Now, this is a different camp. You're only going to sleep at your campsite. So literally, you're only gonna sleep at your campsite. You will have enough space. So just remember, don't put large vehicles in there. If you're gonna keep your utility, your U-Haul, or if you're gonna put an RV, just remember, you're not getting extra space. You're just going to be tighter in space.
They are 50 feet. My memory serves correct.
How wide?
The width
The
width
width.
varies upon how many campers you have.
Okay.
So if you know that you have 25 tickets, you do you're 50 feet deep. So you take 25 times 90. That gives, then you divide that by the depth. That gives you the length. Yeah,
All right, guys.
when we don't do it by 100, my quick math skills go out the window.
If you have additional questions about the campsites, please email them to us. There's also a form on the Texas Pathfinders website where you can ask your questions. We have a live document there where we answer your questions. We email you within 24 hours. Also, if you go to the Texas Pathfinders website, we have there's a link for all the newsletters that we've sent out since October. There's a lot of information there. We have 40 minutes to finish our agenda, so we're going to go a little bit faster.
All right, guys. So we're going to talk about parades really quick. So I'm sorry I did that. I should have. Okay, anyways, so the on-site parade is going to be on Saturday, August 10th at 2 p.m. Okay. The location is going to be Wrangler Drive, and it's by the Morningside Grandstand. All right. So the ones that are going to be participating is Southwestern Union, which is us, Lake Union, and the international divisions. I don't have too much information on it. I am part of the Union Parade Committee. So as soon as we start getting that information, we'll start pushing it out. What I can tell you is, let me see if I put it there. No, maybe I put it on the next one. No, I didn't. I'm so sorry. Okay. So when we line up, we are going to line up by area. Okay. One of the very important things that I do want to point out is that you guys make sure that you guys take water for your kids, because supposedly this parade's supposed to last an hour. And if you've been to camp and you've been to a parade, it's not going to last just 1 hour. Okay. So be very aware of that. Take a little wagon if you need to. Everybody has to be in class A. And then, so that's the on-site parade. Okay. There's going to be an off-site parade. All right. At the same time. And it's by invitation only. If you would like to be part of that community parade, which is going to be in downtown Gillette, I have a QR code. You can, it'll take you to a Google form and you fill out the information. You don't have to, but if your club would like to participate, let me know. I'm waiting for information on that as well. I don't know how many participants Texas is going to be allowed to take, but each union is only going to be allowed to take 200. All right. And we have 5 conferences, right? So besides that, we're going to do flag raising and flag lowering. I will send out that information as well. And I can't remember the date, but I will shoot it out to you guys. Wednesday. It'll be Wednesday in the morning. I still don't know how many participants I need. What I can tell you is that I'll make sure that each area is represented. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about any of these items? Wednesday, the 7th. Thank you, Sarah. No questions about the parade or flag raising? Okay. If any, no? Oh, really quick. If any of your clubs are participating in the drill event or drum corps event, please let me know. We'd be more than happy to help you guys out, give you guys pointers, or go over any questions you guys may have. Other than that, the flag raising, it's gonna be on Wednesday, the 7th. It's gonna be in the morning. Those that will be participating need to be there by 6:30, and flag raising starts exactly at 7. I don't know how many participants I need. I just know that these are huge flags, and so they're gonna need a lot of people. I just don't know how many they're gonna ask. I'm waiting on that. I did mention that I am gonna make sure that each area is represented. Yes. Anybody else? Yes, I'm gonna email that information as soon as I get it. Okay, guys?
All right, guys, going to our next, while they, I think Marilyn is going to set up and there's a specific PowerPoint for what Marilyn's going to share with us. While they set that up, I'm going to tell you guys, we updated the medical consent form and it's on our website. Before we used to tell you that the form had to have an actual wet signature. Remember, that's been an issue. Everybody like, why am I filling out 3 forms? Now you can fill out 1 form and your director can make copies. We wanted to make sure through the attorneys that we could add that tiny little sentence that allows us to make copies. So please make sure that you fill out the form that was updated this month or this year, okay? Fill it out. You do not have to do both forms. I know a lot of people are saying, do we fill out the form from Center for Youth Evangelism or the Texas? You fill out either one. We recommend that you fill out the Texas medical consent form because it has more information, but you can do either or. Okay, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit in the next topic.
I'm sorry. I talk fairly loud, but they do like me to have a mic. Is it on? All right. Next, do I have a pointer, slider, clicker thing? Clicker? Okay. So, all right. For special events, if you go to the camporee.org and in the search engine put in special events, a whole bunch of stuff comes up. The world records are among them. We will be doing within Texas, we are sponsoring 2 special events. They are the Great Ball Contraption and the Postcard Extravaganza. All right. Some of you will be volunteering to help at these events of about 4-hour shifts. Yeah, 4-hour shifts to come help run these events. But first, I want to explain what they are. There's a couple of promos. If you were at PBE, you saw them. If you would run those 2 little promos for me. They're not embedded because it messes stuff up. And you can show these to the kids. They're on my YouTube page. I can give the conference that link and you guys can see. It also has lots of other information. Yes, no? Just so you know, it's if you go to YouTube and type in Marilyn Boismer, which is my name, that's my YouTube channel. Teach you how to make gluten, sprout beans, teach honors. I just post stuff there that's Pathfinder related for the most part, but it will have stuff on this specific. There's an information live that I did that's on there. You kind of get the idea what a GBC is. And then the next one is the postcard extravaganza. We're going to show you both the movies, then I'll go on with my presentation. Those two movies are available for you to show your kids if you want them. Most kids don't know what a postcard is anymore. They don't know how to do an address. They don't know what a postcard is. So you may have to introduce the topic if they want to participate. So, here we go. Oh, wrong way. This way. What happened? That's at the end of my presentation. Where am I? Well, they've got the thing. So which arrow do I do? The forward arrow. Okay, there we go. Okay, for the GBC. I'm going to take these balls out of here. You saw how it runs. I don't need to run this one. But afterwards, if you guys want to see these run, this is the smallest unit you can make. It's 10 by 10 by 10. It does one step up. It has one motor. You can buy it from AliExpress, 15 bucks. Get it in 2 weeks. Kid can assemble that in an hour or so. That would count. Okay. We need to have 400 different units, but you can have ones that are more fun. You can have ones that are more complicated. These are very small, free instructions. You notice they're all different colors because I made them with what I had at the house. Okay. But I have a lot of Legos at my house. But they can build their own from free instructions. If you go online, type GBC Lego, and all kinds of websites pop up. Okay. Websites that are of interest that you might want to look at is a GBC Planet. It has a lot of kits. They tend to be expensive. The instructions are cheap, but Lori George out of Australia has posted bunches of free instructions, okay, that the kids can do. And they have a parts list. You go find your parts and you build it. Let's say I'm missing a motor. I have everything but a motor. You can get it from AliExpress for about $7. Takes 2 weeks. We are now 4 or 5 weeks out. So you'd have to do it like right away. There are companies that have full kits done. You can get kits from $60 to $300. These don't have to be Lego bricks. They need to be Lego compatible bricks. So this one here is not a Lego brick. This is a mixture of Lego bricks. These are all Lego bricks. Okay, it really doesn't matter. They just need to be these kind of bricks. But the most important part is the ball. This is a specific weight, friction, and size of ball. You can get it from Brick Loot or you can get it on Amazon. They come in bags like this, 100 balls, 20 bucks. You can't use just any ball. A ball bearing is too heavy and too slick. If you want real Lego balls, they're $1 a piece. I can get 100 for 20 bucks. Okay. You can use real Lego balls, but they're real expensive. So that's the only thing I want to make sure you get. Some of the kits you get from China, they come with these little balls. They're real slick and they're heavy. They will not work because these little contraptions are made with plastic pieces and they only have a certain amount of clearance and give. Now you'll notice I have some weird things. This one here, That is not the axle that's in the kit. When I ran this for 20 minutes, it disassembled itself. The vibration made the pieces come off. So I adjusted it. We will be testing every model that comes in for a 30-minute run. If it cannot run 30 minutes without having issues, it can't be in our event, because to do the world record, we have to run a ball over 400 machines and all of them work at the same time. It'll take more than a half an hour just to do that, to go through 400 machines. So Walla Walla is our sponsor. They have a couple of their engineering students who will be taking the pieces in and testing them all before we put them in the run. Okay. So I'd love your kids to participate. One of the things, this is an instruction that came through. This one got partly disassembled. This is only 8 bricks wide. We'd have to reject it. It has to be 10 bricks wide. It's also 1 brick too high. Again, it won't play nice with the other ones. It's not like we want to be mean, but every device has to talk to the next one for the balls to go through. We will have rheostats attached to every one of them so we can control the speed of the balls. So one doesn't get all clogged up and the other one go too fast and one too slow. But the instructions, and let me go to that page. So here's one of the, build a mock. Mock are non-Lego instructions, non-Lego inventions that people have. They call them mocks. You can go to build a mock, planetgbc.com. Those are vendors. This is AliExpress. That first top one is where I got this one. But they have kits. You notice they run $15, $60, $90. Be careful when buying with AliExpress. When buying out of China, read carefully. Does it come with a motor? Does it come with a power supply? Or do you have to buy those separate? Okay. Be careful that what they say. And sometimes like that one that says $15, that's for one of these units, not the one in red. The one in red is $30. So it's an advertising gimmick. So just beware, read carefully. Do not have the kids order their own stuff. So what I'm saying, do it with them. But it's great fun. I would encourage you guys to do it. We would love to break the world record. We need at least 400 kids to participate. Turn in as Tuesday afternoon. You bring in your pieces, check them in. We will test them. Every child participating will get a ticket to come see the world record try to be broken. We will have bleacher seating and so on for that, because we're above the ice rink is where this is going to be run. And they will volunteer for 2 hours to help us set things up. And when you guys volunteer for shower duty, that's no fun. 2 hours Lego duty is not that onerous. So we're limiting the kids to 2 hours of help. So that's that one there. If you go to camporee.org, special events, you see those drop down great ball contraption. And it has the rules and all the information. There's a 2-page document that gives you all the information. Your GBC needs to be registered. I need to know it's coming. I need to know what kind of connector. There are 4 kinds of connectors that you could have. I need to know what kind. So the rheostat that we're building matches your module so I can control your module. All right. So you need to make sure that you've registered that you're coming. I'm also asking the size because I need to know how many tables I'm going to need. This is quite small. Most Lego contraptions, the one that's being built today, started last night, is 2.5 feet long. I've seen some that are 4 feet long. I've seen some that are this tall. Okay. It's your imagination. If your Pathfinder builds a module of their own invention, they automatically get into the scholarship drawing. Walla Walla will be awarding 6 scholarships of $500 each to any Adventist school in the world, any academy, any church school, any college. And these kits can be made by adults, by kids, teams of kids, parent and child. It doesn't matter. You just register that way. And those are for their own invention. I know personally of I don't think he's 11 yet, a 10-year-old out of Oregon who's built 6 of his own invention. Okay, he dearly loves building GVC, and he saw these at PBE, the last PBE, and he went home and said, "I'm going to do this," and he's run with it. So that if your Pathfinder is very much into building things on their own, have them try, but first have them get the instructions for one so they understand gearing, because the gears that make these run, you have to gear things down or up depending on the speed of your motor. You have to transfer the power from one place to another. That's all done with gearing and universal joints. So anyway, there's a lot of engineering learning there, but it's way fun. All right. I'm trying to be fast, Abby. No, we will have 3,000. I just got them at home. 3,000 Lego balls for the actual run, because the actual run, I need to have some specific balls they're going to track, 10 balls as they go through. Things to watch out for is where they get stuck. Like, let's say your module has a little corner that gets stuck. I may stick a ball there to not let another ball get there, so my 10 that are going for the world record don't get stuck in that corner, because I need them to complete the circuit. So, but yeah, no, they don't need to bring the balls, and they don't need to bring their power supply. We will be providing the power, but at home to test it, they're going to need a power supply to do it. What I have here, and afterwards, if you come up, you can see it, is a system my husband built. It's very old fashioned engineering because my husband's very old, but the stuff we're getting from Walla Walla is much more modern. They've got 3D printed cases, and their freshman engineering students are the ones who've built those for us. Okay, postcards. Sure. Yeah. They'll all be connected. Yeah. All of them, right. Yeah, we'll test each one individually. Then we're going to put them in groups of 10, test 10, and move from there. By the way, we're going up against the Lego engineers. They currently hold the record, so it's a tough ask, but we're going to give it a good try. Okay, postcard extravaganza is really 5 events. The world record part is the most postcards. They have to be commercially available postcards. This is a commercially available postcard. You can buy it on Amazon, but I can only have one of these. If all of you go buy a US flag postcard and turn them in, it counts as one. Even if 1,000 of you bring it, it counts as one. Okay. I need them different. So I'm recommending people go get old cards, because if grandma has some postcards or you have in a drawer from a vacation, the probability of it being unique is way high. If all of you go to Amazon and buy a card, probability is not going to happen. It has to be a real postcard. This looks like a real postcard, but this is an advertisement for horse-drawn plows and plowing equipment. $1,200 deadline. This is a happy birthday from the dentist. Doesn't count. This is a happy birthday from some doctor. These are postcards I had to pull. We had Dixie Plata, who does a Pathfinder Museum, donated her postcard collection, which is about 5,000 postcards. Out of that, I've pulled at least 250 that were not eligible as postcards or duplicates. Okay. For Guinness, for the world record, they have to be unique. So find postcards that are like, if you have a postcard for your particular city, that's going to be more unique than a postcard for your state, because there are other Pathfinders in your state. But there you're paying $1.25. You go to a antique mall, somebody will be selling you a pack for $2 of a bunch of used postcards. Those will probably be unique, and it costs you a whole lot less money. So that's what we need for the world record. And if you bring me 100 unique commercial postcards, you will get a free pin that's been specifically designed for this event. Limited number, there's only 500 of them, and the design was done by the designer of the logo for International Camporee. He did a special design just for this. Okay, Matt is great. Great. I loved working with Matt. So make sure they're unique. Now, the next part is the postcard honor. You can do the postcard honor on the trip up there, something to do on the bus, or you could do it beforehand, or you can do it there. We will have all the questions and answers in English, Spanish, and French available to do the honor. So the kids can come, they'll get a clipboard, they do all the paperwork, but the kicker is the last requirement. You need 50 postcards of 10 different states, 2 countries, and 1 religious. Okay, how do you do that? You're in an international camporee. Your club brings, each kid brings 50 postcards they can trade with other kids. So this does not have to be commercial. This is my personal postcard. I will trade this with any kid. Okay, they will get one. It says, howdy y'all, because we're from Texas, has Texas Pathfinders, has the NAD logo because I work with NAD. This is the one. I also exchange postcards worldwide. This is my little bit of evangelism. I send this as my postcard around the world. And in the back it says, oh, that's a picture of me. I'm with Pathfinders. It's church related, a youth group. You may want to check us out. So that's my little teeny tiny piece of evangelism that I can do for free. So these cards, you can get them printed from Shutterfly, from Vistaprint, from a bunch of people. If you do them for your club, they'll cost about 10 cents each. Very cheap. Get every kid to have 50 cards they can trade. They can get their honor. Now, my sister, who will be helping, she has done postcards with Bible verses, so that counts as your religion. And if they complete the paperwork, she'll be giving them one of these. So they'll have one from her. So just think about it. If you want to do the postcard honor, that last piece. Now, the conferences and unions are doing postcards. Texas is doing one as part of a scavenger hunt. There won't be 50, but there'll be a few you can do. And I've talked to Nestor out of CYE with the international clubs, and we're going to have some of the international clubs will have postcards. I'm working with the special events coordinator, Cheryl and O'Phil, to have a postcard exchange event. In other words, all the kids come to one place and exchange with each other. I don't have a time and location yet. That's still to be announced. Another thing we're going to have is print. It says pint a postcard. It should say print a postcard. That's typical my typing. I leave letters out. But anyway, if you take a picture in Gillette and you'd like to send it home to mom and dad, you come to the booth, and for $1, we'll print it up and put a sticker on the back that makes it into a postcard, and you can mail it. And we have submitted the paperwork, it hasn't been accepted yet, to have a special cancellation mark. You know that thing that they put on the back when you mail something that cancels the stamp? That's special with Moses on it for the event. It's been told, all the paperwork's turned in. I followed up this week. They haven't approved it yet. We're hoping that they approve the cancellation. So that would be really cool. You in front of the Wyoming sign, send it to mom and dad with a special cancellation. You may need to help your kids address it because they don't know how to do addresses. So that's that part of this presentation. That's world records. Again, there's a special, if you go to the special events, there's a newsletter that gives you all the details. Now, other information. This will be my 5th International Camporee. Each one I've gone with different responsibilities. As a director, I did certain things. Area coordinator, I did other things. Texas Conference coordinator, I did other things. So I've always learned a little bit. So I'm going to try to give you some information that might be helpful. I think I have this as my first picture. Does anybody recognize what that is? Next service, 25 miles. There will be no gas stations. There will be no restrooms for the next 25 miles. There are numerous of these signs as you get towards Gillette. And when you get to the service, it'll be a 2-pump little bitty gas station with 1 bathroom. You stop with 35 kids on your bus, you will be there 2 hours. Okay? So think about stopping before or at a rest area. Also, I lost internet connection. If you are doing your guidance with your phone to drive there, you will lose your map. Download your maps. Pre-plan your stops. Where's bathrooms? Where are you eating? This is very rural where we're going. Gillette is a big town for this area, and it is the shopping town for the next 250 miles all around. People come to Gillette to shop. People come to Gillette to do business. But getting there, there's nothing in between. People have neighbors that are 150 miles away. My neighbor is only 150 miles from my house. Okay, this is very, very rural. So plan. If you want to go to Devil's Tower, which is about 45 minutes from the Camplex, it's cool, okay? We hiked all the way around. You can do that. Buses cannot get in and park. The parking loop is so tight, I don't think you get the bus to go around. I would park at the entrance area, hike in a couple of miles, hike around, see the stuff, hike back to your bus. There's nice trails to do that. Don't try to get close because you're just going to get stuck. All right. And it's a very popular place to stop. So there'll be lots of tourists there. So if you want to see Devil's Tower, I just plan to stop ahead. All right. That's the Walmart in Gillette. It's a very big Walmart. That is a sporting goods store, high-end hunting equipment, sleeping bags for $300. Probably not where you're going to shop. Though, if you like good stuff and you want to check it out for yourself personally, you might want to go there because there's a lot of hunters in this area. So they have really nice stuff. I went and drooled on some stuff. Menards. You may not know what Menards is, but it's like Walmart on steroids. Okay? It's got everything. And I mean literally everything. A dozen eggs, a folding table because yours broke, a new tent. I need a cooler. Oh, I need some Dawn. You know, they have everything. It's an amazing store. And it's also the closest store to the Camplex. You could walk there. Okay. What? No, it's not much more expensive than Walmart. And they have everything. This is just the cleaning products. This is where Dawn is. Folding tables, regular tables. I have lots more. They're across the street. They are expecting us. Every business in Gillette is expecting you. I went to the yarn shop because I'm a knitter. And the lady says, what should I have in my shop when you're here? And I'm thinking, knitting. I don't think there's anything that you would have. What? And she says, but I've got a parking lot. Do you think people would want to park their RVs in our parking lot? And we can just give them access to our bathroom? And I said, yes, that you could sell. That you could do. Okay. They have removed the city ordinance on trailers. Any person in Gillette who has a trailer in their yard can have it there legally. And so they're renting those. That's in Facebook Marketplace. People are renting those. But let me tell you about Gillette. It is a fabulous town. It has everything. You want to go to Hobby Lobby? They got it. Petco, they got it. It is a shopping center. It's all on one street. It's this long street, north and south, and it has all the business. Taco Bell, McDonald's, Dairy Queen, you name it. They've got it. Okay. And they have been preparing for us. All right. They really have been preparing for us. And when I was there, they keep asking me questions, but they are law-abiding citizens. You speed, you will get a ticket. You park where you won't supposed to, they will tow you. The sheriff was there. The mayor was there at our meeting. They even pulled Pastor Ron Whitehead over. Okay. He wasn't speeding. He was goofing off, which is typical Ron, but they pulled him over and had him do a sobriety test. Okay. They are not kidding. All right. They are law-abiding people. So be respectful. Don't think you're in Houston or in Dallas. You are not. In Houston and Dallas, we say, if I slow up at the stop sign, no, they want you to make a 4-wheel stop at the stop sign. Don't just kind of do that California roll through. No. Mm-mm. Right? Don't run a red light. Yes. That I don't know, but we can find out. I can find out. But yeah, Menards, I was just impressed at how big it was. I mean, it's just enormous. I kept walking around going, you saw the tables, there's just stacks of stuff. They have tents hanging on this wall. I mean, it's just crazy. And they are ready for us. Now, Walmart, I know lets you pre-order, but it's Walmart stuff, which has its own dubious characteristics. And, but you can do it ahead of time. Now, here is a piece of advice from a director who's gone before. There's no time to cook. All right. There is no time to cook. Have breakfast with your kids in worship. You just have a school lesson, whatever you want to do for worship. Send them out with their lunches already, little backpacks, sandwiches. They're not there to eat. I know your pupusas are fabulous, but we're not there to eat. Okay. And have supper, but make it simple. What I did is I made chili, froze it, made gluten patties, froze it. All the meals were all frozen. They were in my cooler. They slowly defrost as the week goes by. Only thing I needed to buy was egg and milk. Everything was pre-done because we were in and out. I know of a club. They will be flying. They are 32 people in their club. The kids are doing their own cooking because they don't want to bring chefs because they don't have time or space. They want the tickets for the kids. She's pre-ordered everything. She will pick up her rental van. She will go pick up her stuff, bring it in. Kids have been assigned their meals. And she has done, this is going to be her 4th camporee. She has this down to a science. She's an amazing director. So you can do that. Plan your menus. One year when I took my kids, I had cooks coming and I thought I tried to emphasize, meals aren't big deals. They tried to bring mangoes and pineapples in the box truck. 2 hours in the Texas heat. 2 days in Texas heat. They were dead when they got to Oshkosh. Those mangoes were not edible. Neither were the pineapples. They don't need pineapples and mangoes for a week. They can get it when they get home. Okay. Because I pretty much guarantee there won't be too many pineapples in Gillette. There is one Hispanic store. It's about the size of a postage stamp. Went there, look, they have frijoles, beans in 40-pound bags. They had rice, but literally it had 2 little aisles. There are no Hispanics in Gillette. That's not the pop. There are some, I can't say none, but they don't have, like in Houston, you can go find bunches of stores, and even Kroger's carries Hispanic foods. No, the Albertsons there is really big, by the way. It's a gigantic store. But it's going to have North American food, if you know what I mean. When we came to the United States, we had to learn to cook North American stuff because we couldn't find Cuban stuff. So bring what you can, bring it pre-made if you can, but it's not a food competition. It's get the kids fed and out. You don't want to spend a lot of time at supper because you want to get a good place at the main program and you're hiking 1.5 miles. Okay. So you get done with your events at 5, you run to camp, you eat really fast, you get your stuff and you run. So it's not this leisurely meal, sit around and visit. There's no visit. Your campsite's too small anyway. You're going to sleep there and grab your food there. Just plan that way. It's a mindset difference. And somebody asked, why do Pathfinders camp this way? It's cheap accommodations. Imagine if we all had to stay in hotels. We'd only be able to host it in New York City, Houston, Miami. Who can hold a convention of 50,000? And then your hotel rooms would be outrageously expensive. The only way camporee is inexpensive, and promise you, this is the least expensive you could possibly have an event for 60,000 people and have a whole week. Disneyland costs you more in entrance for 1 day than you're paying for entrance for a week. Okay. Some of you think this is expensive. You have no clue. When you get to money-making ventures, this is cheap. But we're just sleeping and going. All right. And did I have anything else? Let's see here. I think that might be all that I had.
3 minutes to 2 o'clock. So we'll probably take maybe 5 more minutes to kind of go over the rest of the information with you. But I want to recommend that you guys go through the PowerPoint when we send it to you this week. Obviously, it's a lot of information and some of you are like overwhelmed with information. So don't get overwhelmed, don't stress, okay? But do read the information when you get home. We have been sending out newsletters since October, once a month. If you have not gotten those newsletters, we did not send one in May because we were having this meeting, but we're going to send one in June, and then we're going to send one in July, and then that's it. We won't send one in August, okay? If you have not received the link to that newsletter from your area coordinator, there's probably 2 reasons why. You're not registered with the conference and the area, or your area coordinator has not received your contact information. So reach out to your area coordinator. We have 8 areas in Texas. Each area has a head area coordinator and some associates. If I can have all the ones wearing the red shirt today, please stand up. These guys are from Central Texas, from San Antonio, Keene, Fort Worth, the Valley, Houston, okay? We have a lot of these guys that are volunteers. We're all volunteers. Reach out to one of them and you can tell them, hey, I'm from Central Texas, from Scenic Hills, okay? And I'm not receiving the information. It is very important that you guys, as directors, and most of you might not be directors, but talk to your director. Your local club must be registered with the conference and with the area. It's only $3 per person to become a member of the Texas Pathfinders, but you get a lot of service to do this. So register with your area. Thank you, guys. You can sit. I'm sorry, you didn't have to stay standing up. Register with the area and with the conference, and you should be receiving these newsletters and the local area information. If not, you can go to Texas Pathfinders website and all of our newsletters are there. Yes, sir.
So if you register, let's say in September, do you have to register again since there's a new year coming up? How does that work?
No, so our Pathfinder year this year is going to go until Gillette.
Okay.
You don't, if you're registered already for the Pathfinder year 2023, 2024, you're okay. You're supposed to register every year. You're okay up until Gillette. After Gillette, starting September, when we start the new Pathfinder year, you have to register all over again.
One more question. How do you know if all your kids are registered? Like, is there a way we can go and check who's registered? Oh, Iris?
It is right there. It is. That's Pastor Steve from Bowman.
I've never met her in my life, so I don't know.
That's she's you know, we've had a phrase for years and years, right, Marilyn? The phrase has been, ask Iris. She knows it all. All right, let's talk real quick about international hosting. Texas is hosting. All right, Texas is hosting 3 groups. And I know some of you signed up with Center for Youth Evangelism to host a different club from a different country. If you did that, I have bad news. And I know some of you are upset already because I've already received emails. We don't have space. You already saw that the space is extremely limited in Gillette. If you signed up with Center for Youth Evangelism and you are hosting a group that is not from Korea, there is no space. We have 2 other groups that have requested, Guam and the Union from El Salvador. Those 2 groups we're asking you to help us provide them tents, We're asking you to help us provide them sleeping bags and sleeping pads and meals. Those two groups will walk to our clubs. Those that are sponsoring them, they will walk and they will go based on your schedule for breakfast and dinner or for lunch. However your schedule is, those clubs are going to be camping in the International Village, okay? The group from Korea, they will camp with us because that was planned. That's been planned for years and years and years, where we sponsor the group from Korea. If you want to have a group from Korea camp with you, they are paying for their tents, their sleeping bags, their pads. We have someone at the conference that is ordering those things, and we will give those to you if you sponsor our group. They will camp with you. You will only pay for their food. All right. The other two groups, they will not camp with you, but because they are coming from so far away, all of the countries from everywhere that are coming, they cannot bring their own camping gear because it's too heavy and they can't bring it. That's why they're asking if we can sponsor them. Some of these clubs, some of these kids actually don't have the money to purchase it. These two groups, Guam and El Salvador, they have requested that we support them financially in providing tents, providing sleeping bags, and you don't have to purchase them. If you have extras, bring them with you and let us know if we can use them. You can just wash the sleeping bags and take them back. If you have extras, please email me, texaspathfinders@gmail.com, and you can support. Now, we already talked a lot about how to do Gillette. I'm not going to go through that. There's a lot of tips that we've written down. This is a quick tip sheet on how to do Gillette. This is a safety tip sheet on how to do Gillette. I'm going to let you guys, we're going to email you this PowerPoint anyways. So please take time to read everything. I had someone contact me and say, there's just too much information. Trust me, the information that we're sending you from our end, it's because, like Marilyn said, we've been there and we've done that. I personally navigate the Camporee website twice a week to make sure that I am getting the updated information and just minimizing it and sending it to you guys. Take the time to read, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We will get to you within 24 hours, if not sooner. If you have any questions, I know the campsites has a lot of questions. You can email them to us. It is set at the front right now with all the pins so that you can buy them. And there's actually more stuff. We're going to wrap it up right now. If you want to ask me a specific question, I'm going to step outside, but we want this church vacated no later than 2:30 or 2:45. We want to thank the Scenic Hill staff for letting us borrow their facilities, for letting us hold this meeting. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys, it's going to be different, but it's going to be great. If you make a difference, Texas will have over 4,500 people there. Let's show the city of Gillette and the rest of the Pathfinder world how Texans can behave. Can we do that? Let's do that. Let's show the rest of the Pathfinder world, and let's show Gillette what a Christ-centered person can be. Let's show them that. They are freaking out. They say they are ready for us, but they probably won't know what's going to hit them until we get there. Can we show them what Jesus is like? That's what I'm asking. Let's have 4,600 people, 4,613, I think is the last number. that keeps updating. Let's show Gillette how 4,613 people from Texas can show them how Jesus is. So thank you guys for coming out. Let's stand up. We're going to have closing prayer, and you guys can go to the area outside. We have water and we have snacks for you. Thank you for coming. And then the store will be open, the youth store. Take your bottle of water, take some snacks. We have them out there. Chuck, will you do the honors of closing with prayer, please?
Bow our heads. Dearly Father, we thank you for this time that we can come together and we can plan for this wonderful event. I pray that the information we give them was good and solid. I pray that everyone has safety going to their respective houses. May we bless our plans and may bring glory to you. Amen.
One thing I forgot, and this is very important. We are going to have sign-up sheets at the Texas headquarters, especially for TLTs. Teen Leadership Training members will get a special pin if they volunteer 4 hours or more from the Center for Youth Evangelism that Texas will be passing out. So come to the Texas headquarters and have your TLTs work for us. They will get a special pin.